Hello and welcome everyone. Today I will be walking you through this blog post, building a .NET Core web API with repository pattern and Postgres database. I will be walking you through the blog post. We are going to create a simple to-do application which covers a CRUD operation and also adds filtering, searching, pagination, which makes it rich of operations. So let's just go and do that. Let's just go and create the project. Okay, let me just create a new project and create sp.NET Web API and call it to do. Great. This will be creating the project for us. Actually, we are going to use a Docker for pulling the Postgres database image. We're not going to use locally installed Postgres database. If you are interested, you can install it. But in this project, I will be showing you how we can also use the Docker image that we're going to do. So yeah, actually, let's continue. Let's start by setting up the PostgreSQL with the Docker compose. Here we can copy this file, create a new item, give it a name, and copy the content. Now here we can run the Docker compose. Let's just see what we have here. We have it here, then Docker compose app -d. Let's check our Docker hub. So as you see, the volume is being created. Also, we have the container running. So let's just continue. Now we need to install some package because we're gonna use the code first approach for creating the tables. So let's do that. Actually, I have already prepared some package that we need to install. Let's do that. Let's just clear this out, then take and cd to our to-do, and here we can install those packages. We need all these three. After finishing, here you can see the packages are being installed. So now we can continue defining the model. Let's do that. Let's create a modules folder and create a to-do item class. And add to properties ID and the name. Okay, what's next? Now we need to set up the DB context. Let's just do that. Let's create a folder and call it data, and create the DB context class. And create the constructor here. functions and pass this to the super constructor and add the db sets for to do item, and let's add the connection string for our database. We can do that. Let me just copy this one. And yeah, we have everything for the database. Now we need to add it to our program.cs file. Here, let me just show you. We need to add this one so that the application will be able to interact with our database. Nice, we're good here. So the next part is we can create the migration part. We can add the migration for our project, so let's do that. Let's create the migration dot net ef migrations add initial and place it in the data folder. As you see, it has created the migration for us here. So now we need to update the database so that the tables are being created. Let's do that. Let's just do this dot net ef database update. The tables are being created. So yeah, let's continue. So we need to create the repository interface, as you see. So let's do that. Here we have a repository folder, as you see. We have i2do repository, so let's just create the repository folder. And create the i2do repository interface. Here we can copy these codes. So actually this class is we have a request helper which will enable us to filter or paginate the to-do items. So let's go and create that helper. As you see, we have a request helper folder here. Let's just create that and add this task parameter, task query parameter class. So we can just copy this content and now here we can import the request query parameter. So the next step is implementing this repository. So for doing that, we need to create the to-do repository class. So let's do that. This will implement the i2do repository. I can copy all the codes from here. So first we need the database context here. Then we can just copy paste all these codes. Let's see if we have any error. We don't have any error yet. So now after implementing the repository, we need to add the repository to the program.cs. This is called dependency injection, so let's do that. Here, as you see, what we're doing is just adding a scope parameter. So builder dot add builder dot this. We need to add the repository, the interface first, and the class next. So we need to do that. To do repository and then the to do repository class here. So this will help us with the dependency injection. So in the repository, this is the implementation, and it's implementing this interface, so we can continue creating the controller for implementing the requests part. So let's just do that. Let's just go to the controller folder and open the to the controller. Just create a to-do controller class, and let's just copy everything from here to the end. Here we need the paginate to the response class, which is the request helper, and this will be helping us to respond with a paginated formatted response. So let's do that. Let's just copy this and create a class here. Let's just copy this. Now let's go to the controller. Everything looks fine. Let's check it by building the solution. Everything is working fine. So now we can run our app and test it via Postman. Let's do that. Let me walk you through the Postman. So we will be having the we can update some launch setting features here. Actually, we don't need to launch when we run the project, so we can call this false. We can change it to false, and also here false, and we don't need anything here. We can also remove the weather forecast controller. We don't need it. We can also remove it from here. We don't need them all. So now we can run our project, and now the project is running. As you see, it will be running in this port. So let's go to the Postman. I've already created a simple collection for our to-do app. Get all the like by ID create update. We're using the to-do URL global variable. Let me check it if it's the same. No, we need to edit the parts here. As you see, it's different. And save this. Now we can send a request. It says the certain field is required. Oh, let's check. In our controller, this part, we need the search term, so this should be nullable, right? So let's restart. Now we can run the project again. We can send the request. As you see, we have empty response. The data is empty, the current page 1, total page 0, total count 0, page size. So let's go and create a new to-do item. So let's go to body, select row, and give it a name and send a post request. Yay, we have created our first to-do. So now if we go to the get all, we can see that we have one item responded and everything has changed. So we can add a search term here. Let me do that and send a request. As you see, when we add the search term new to-do updated, we don't have any item which had this name, so it's responding empty. So we can remove that. We can create another one too and send. As you see, we have created the second to-do item, so we can go and check. We have to do 2 items here. We have everything. Now we can see the pagination if you want. Let's give a page size 1 and a page number 2, so it has to show us this item, and because we only have 2 items now, the page size is 1, so this will be the first page and this will be the second page. Let's do that. As you see, we have the response back, so we can remove this. And now let's go and get the to-do item by ID. So let's just go and select to-do item, send a request. As you see, we have the to-do item for the ID 1. We can change this to 2 and see what we have. We have this response. So let's just do something like we don't have any item here, right? So let's do this. So it's giving us a not found response for all 4. That's great. So we can also update our item. Let's go and update the product, which is to-do 1, and give it a name, updated to-do, and set the ID 1. So we're getting, okay, we need to change this to to-do URL. Is it to-do URL? Yes, I think it is to-do. So it has responded with 204, no content, so it means it has already updated this item. Let's go and check it. The item with ID 1 updated to-do, so that's great. So now let's delete this item. This has also returning 204, which we have deleted the item. Let's see, the item is being deleted. So let's just try to delete the deleted item. It's responding something. Let's check. We need to check if the item is there in the database, and okay. So here we can do something like getting the existing to do and deleting if it exists. If it's not, we should respond not found. Let's restart and go back to our postman, and let's list and see what we have here. We have this only a to-do item with ID 1. So if we try to delete to-do item with ID 2, it should return not found. Yeah, that's great. Yay, that's amazing. So we have created a simple to-do app which has all the CRUD operations, and also added the search term and pagination. I think that's amazing. This is just our first app, which will be a simple one, but continuing to the journey with us, we will be developing some amazing applications. We will be adding some front-end applications that you guys can improve your skills with. So don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so that you can get notification whenever we have new tutorials uploaded to this channel. Have a nice day. Bye bye.